Okay, here we are back in Sentinels in the Multiverse. So before we get started, the thing I've been talking about lately, the 3 steps, step 3 has not been achieved, which means this will probably be going back on break and we'll be picking up sometime later on down the road perhaps. Kind of ironic that they are throwing the 5 variants I've yet to get at me on this, but we'll go forward. So anyway, truth or dare? Well, that alone is a clue on what's to come. The heroes approach the Citadel openly, making no attempt to conceal their presence. Legacy lead the way, ready for the first sign of trouble. Keep an eye out for those citizens. This is their home turf, and we don't want to get surrounded. Absolute Zero grumbled. Can you explain once more why we have to be the distraction? Bunker continued to scan the area. Are you saying you can't take the heat frost? The Wraith rolled her eyes. You know Expatriate is going in the back way. We have to keep the citizens occupied so she can get to dawn. Tachyon was nowhere to be seen, but she could be relied upon to show up at just the right moment. So I wonder if that means there's going to be a Dark Watch one next week or what. But anyway, this is Ultimate Mode Citizen Dawn. This is your core game challenge. So we have the new variants in the game, the Freedom 5s, Bunker, Wraith, Legacy, Tachyon, and Absolute Zero. So we're in Insula Primalis, which is supposed to be Citizen Dawn's area. I don't really know too much about the various environments, to be completely honest. It's a little interesting that the mobile defense platform is supposed to be Barren Blades, and that just came out, but there's a lot of weird stuff going on with the core game. But anyway, without further ado, let's see who... Well, Dare can't pop out at the very beginning, so it's going to be Citizen Truth that's waiting for us. The world belongs to the citizens of the sun. The battle plan is set. Pay attention to your comms. Wait for my mark to attack. We'll look at their hands momentarily. Out pops Citizen Truth. Citizen Winter. Citizen Tears. And Citizen Spring. So when Tears comes out, you know a Blinding Blast is coming out as well. Yep, saw that coming. Too bad we couldn't close our eyes, I guess. Out of curiosity, who are these exactly supposed to be? This looks like Wraith. Can't quite identify who this is supposed to be, though. Maybe Tempest? Well. Actually, it might be Visionary, because her quote is down here. So anyway, damage goes off on everyone. And I should also explain, if you don't know how Citizen Dawn works on her higher modes, on Advanced mode, she and her citizens deal more damage. You have to remember she herself is a citizen, so she gets the +1 as well. And then her challenge mode is Solar Retribution. Whenever a citizen is destroyed, then she tries to fricassee someone with a +1. On her flip side, she's not going to turn back unless there are 6 or more citizens in play. So I don't know if it's supposed to be... I assume it's hero +1. It could be some sort of weird function, I don't really know. So with a big group like this, you don't want her to ever flip. Anyway, so we're going to be down to 1 card, so you have to ask yourself, out of these 4, which one means the most to you? And the answer to that is ammo drop. So we'll get rid of the auxiliary and the external combustion. For Wraith, we want the impromptu, we don't want inventory barrage, we can get rid of the throwing knives. For Legacy, we're going to need next evolution, so we'll get Resurge of Strength and the Legacy Ring. For Tachyon, we need the Nimble Strike. And for Absolute Zero, we need... I'll explain when we get there. Just know that this is his single most important card. Period. Not just in this game. It's variant related. So Legacy got shot, and then we have the cold beatdown going on. I just realized, I don't have their foils activated or anything. So anyway, we'll get rid of recharge mode. We will get rid of micro-targeting, motivational charge, quick insight, and glacial structure. So everyone's already at full since it's the first turn. And if you don't know how the Citizen Truth works, since he's the most obnoxious one, he protects everything. You can't actually hit anyone else until he dies, and he has a whopping 7 hit points and -1 damage received. So, yeah. We have to wait for Dare to come out and kill him. In case you're wondering, the two of them can never be side by side. When one comes out, the other one goes away. So when Truth enters play, deal each hero 1 irreducible psychic damage and destroy this card. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a guy with a split personality or what. That's just kind of my guess. Overall, it probably would have made him a lot more exciting when it came to Team Villain mode instead of Hammer and Anvil, but oh well. Anyway, we have the ammo drop. Ah, just what I always wanted. And Tactical Uplink. So pay attention to the cards that come into play because you get to choose one of them to go in. So Heavy Plating, nothing from Bunker. Grappling Hook, that's not good at the moment. Bolster Allies is very good at the moment. Lightspeed Barrage, not so much. And Onboard Module Installation could be okay, but I want that Bolster Allies. So everyone, draw. Legacy pulls a Surge of Strength. And there's the Heavy Plating. So we're going to use Impromptu Invention. We are going to use this to get the infrared eyepiece out, since this is the closest thing we get to deck control in this game. Now I'm going to leave everything here because I'm probably going to need the grappling hook to clear out either an environment or an ongoing card of hers. And combat stance can be thrown away by Citizen Tears. I don't care about it. So we will use her... Oh, right, I didn't talk about their powers. So if you don't know what Freedom 5 Bunker does, his ability is Tactical Uplink, reveal and replace the top card of each hero deck. By replace, that means put it back after you look at it. If you reveal a mode, put it into play. Another player may put the top card of their deck into play. That is a statement, it is not conditional anyway, that's why Legacy was able to play his stuff. As for Wraith, her ability is Clandestine Funding. Draw a card, and then at the end of your until the end of your next turn, whenever you draw a card, you can discard a card, and if you do, another player gets to draw. So basically she's throwing away the card, and then someone else is picking it up. And we will use Clandestine Funding here. We could use the infrared eyepiece, it's just Dare's coming out next. You don't need it. So we drew the micro-targeting computer and a Razor Ordnance. So overall, I want to play these 3 cards, so let's leave this alone. As for Legacy, we will play next Evo, and then his ability is Overwatch. You may either move an environment card and play it to the bottom of the environment deck, or one player may play a card. So, we will use Overwatch, we will have one player play a card, and we will have Wraith toss out her Razor. Drew Superhuman Durability. As for Tachyon, due to the -1, there's literally nothing I can do here, so double skip. And she has appeared here in case you're wondering, so that's why I didn't really mention hers. Just in case though, power is Blitz, deal 1 target 1 melee damage, and then you can pull a burst out of your trash, put it at the bottom of your deck, and then use Blitz again. You can chain this endlessly. The thing is, you want to save that for when Obsidian Field hits the field. As for Freedom 5 Absolute Zero, his ability is Pilot Light. He deals himself 2 fire damage, and if he does take damage, then you get to search your deck for an ongoing card, put it into play. Since we're going to be dealing ourselves fire damage, we can use this and actually turn it somewhat offensive. So we'll go ahead and pop the Pilot Light. Now I want Cold Snap out, but first we'll hit Truth since he's the only one that can be hit. And here's Cold Snap. That'll basically negate Spring's healing. Enraged T-Rex is going after Bunker. Citizen Dare, who would have guessed? Now, whichever one takes damage doesn't matter because the other one's going to get hit because of Citizen Death. So, 1. And then she hits Legacy, and then we get the ammo drop because he died, which gives us an auxiliary power source. And then the energy attack goes off, hitting Absolute Zero. And then the cold stuff goes off. So keep in mind, if you did get the cold suit out, then this would heal you, I guess. It's kind of up to you on whether or not you want to do it. As for the discards, we'll get rid of a heavy plating, combat stance, surge of strength, sucker punch, and then the heat suit. So now they're vulnerable. Problem is I don't have any cards to deal damage with bunkers, so let's play the heavy plating. Then we'll use our tactical uplink. So I don't really know if there's a card that would help me, really. Like a hypersonic assault wouldn't be too bad. Choose for me, so we have a maintenance unit. Infrared eyepiece, we already have one of those. Takedown won't help at the moment. Synaptic interruption. Okay, synaptic it is. Tachyon, go. Drew a maintenance unit, still no guns. So right here we can use the grappling hook on the T-Rex to destroy it. That will give us a card draw. The infrared eyepiece, which we can throw away. That will in turn give a card draw over to Legacy so we can get that takedown and play it this turn. And then we're going to use the Razor Ordnance to go ahead and pick off, you guessed it, Citizen Dare. So now with the Synaptic we can bounce this off. We could throw this into Citizen Winter or Citizen Tears, it really doesn't matter because we're going to kill both of them anyway. So pick whichever one you want and go from there. No, I want the Mega Computer. So let's just skip. So we're going to use Takedown here. And then we're going to use Next Evolution. Takedown is going to cause him to take energy damage at the end of his turn, and Dawn deals energy damage anyway, so 2 birds, 1 stone, or 1 card in this case. And we drew a Takedown for next turn, so block that with Next Evo. And it's time. Fleet of Foot. Gives us a maintenance unit, a Mega Computer, a Flying Smash, and HUD Goggles. And a Frostbound Drain. So we'll go ahead and play the Goggles, even though they do nothing. And we need to use Lightspeed Barrage to take down Winter. So, Tachyon takes the damage this time, Bunker draws a gun finally. And let's go ahead and hit Dawn with Blitz. Keep in mind Tyr will die to the Cold Snap. Freeze. So here we'll get the Cold Suit out. We'll go ahead and put that into play. And it's time to start setting up. So we'll use the Pilot Light, we'll take damage, we will reflect that into ourselves for healing. And we want to get Impale out so that we can actually start hurting Citizen Dawn. So we drew Glacial Structure. Volcanic Eruption. Sublime. So you want to direct this into Legacy because of the next Evo. No, we need to continue setting up Bunker. So we're going to do the Grenade Launcher, but we're not going to shoot just yet because this is only 2 points of damage, and we may get something that we want to play with someone else. So choose for me, just pay attention, charge... Oh, so that goes into play. That's going to give us an extra card draw. There's Throat Jab. You do not want to play that yet because that will... Ooh, you don't want to play that one either. Or that one. So Process Elimination means Legacy, I kind of need that lead from the front. So in a recharge mode, it's going to give us 2 card draws here. We drew a Flat Cannon, so we can play that next turn. The Grenade Launcher goes to waste. As for Wraith, we'll probably have Tachyon destroy it. So no, I don't want to skip the rest of my turn, but I do want to play the Targeting Computer and start cutting into Citizen Dawn. We'll use the Throat Jab next turn. So Legacy, we can go ahead and play the other Takedown, and once again you want to do next Evo, block energy damage. Drew a Back Fist Strike, so we can actually punch her next turn if we want. And by the way, in case you're wondering why we want to take that out, you may be saying, hey, it's 7 points of damage to every target on the field. Problem is, it's 7 points of damage to every target on the field, so it'll wipe her citizens out, and then she's gonna flip. And you'll probably die before she flips back. So we have to get 6 citizens out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She only has 8 left in the deck. Yeah. Okay, so Cold Snap. This doesn't matter because Spring's actually going to heal it off. The whole point of that was just to offset Spring's healing. We will use Frostbound Drain. Hit Dawn with the first part. Burn ourselves, which we can then turn into healing. And then we're going to fish out the other Impale with the Pilot Light. Once again, we're going to heal ourselves because I don't want to fall below 10. Out comes the Obsidian Field. We're going to destroy that at the end of Absolute Zero's turn. I don't trust that staying on the field that long. So she can't play any cards, and she can't hurt anyone. Where's a Vernal Sonata or a Reclaim from the Deep when you need it, you know? So yes, we wish to destroy Recharge Mode, and it's time to go offensive because of the Obsidian Field. So we'll play the Flat Cannon, and it's time to start shooting Dawn. Got External Combustion, I'll probably play that next turn. So, I mentioned you want to throw jab her right now. That way, no matter what she plays, it's not going to hurt us. And then we will use Razor Ordnance. Hit her for 6. About 1/10 of her remaining hit points. Now we want to hit her with the Back Fist Strike, since that does the most damage. We're not going to do Flying Smash because you don't want to hurt Spring, if possible. And then we can put the Mega Computer into play because Tachyon will play these anyway on her turn. Yeah, we'll do the Mega Computer. So one player may play a card. We want Wraith. And we're doing this just in case something comes out that's not too friendly. Thing is, with the Volcano out of the way, that's the big one. Next most obnoxious one would be either the Plant Life or the Lava River. That does 5 damage, this does 4, so I guess the river is a little worse. Nimble Strike. Hit her for 2. Hypersonic, but we don't want to do that yet because she already can't deal damage. We'll use the other Nimble Strike for another 2. True is Supersonic. And now we're going to go crazy with Blitz, since we have a +1. Like, best case scenario, we would have had Inspiring Presence or something out to make this even higher, but it's not really a big deal. So, whenever you Blitz, you want to make sure Fleet of Foot is the first card to go in, because that'll help you get the other cards back, or play them, or whatever you want. So, hit her for 2 more, then the rest doesn't really matter. So, like, best case scenario is you would Lightspeed Barrage and then do this, but this is still fine. Sucker Punch, how I despise you so. And then finally, the Quick Insight that we got rid of on turn 1. So she's down to 33, folks. So here comes the Cold Snap and the Impale, and these are going to hurt because of that Obsidian Field. Grand total of 8 damage to her, and that's before I do anything like this Frostbound Drain. So hit her for 4, we hit ourselves for 4, but then we can actually turn this into 5 points of healing because of the Obsidian Field. And then we want a Pilot Light. And we're going to heal still. Yeah. And now the card we want to play is the Sub-Zero Atmosphere. And if you're wondering why that is, I'll show you. Meanwhile, so Citizen Assault. At the end of the villain turn, this card deals damage. Citizen Autumn. At the end of the villain turn. Citizen Blood. At the end of the villain turn. Citizen Hammer. At the end of the turn. Are you seeing a trend here? So it doesn't really matter what she plays, it's not going to go into effect until next turn by playing that. So yeah, I'll discard 2 cards, we'll get rid of the Glacial Structure and the Modular Realignment, because the Horfire is going to deal a little bit more. Primordial Plant Life. This is gonna knock Tachyon down, so choose for me. It's ending here, so get rid of the ammo drop. We'll get rid of next Evo. We don't need the Cold Snap anymore. The guys take less damage since they sacrificed. The girls take full, I'm afraid. Full minus Mega Computer. So Susan Dawn finally gets to play a card again, and out of all the ones she chooses, it is Return with the Dawn. Yeah. So anyway, we will play External Combustion. We damage ourselves for 1, but then we get to hit everything for 3. And then we will use the Flat Cannon to hit Dawn for 3 more, grand total of 6 damage this turn alone. For Wraith, the only thing I can play is the Mega Computer, so why not? We'll use the Razor Ordnance. So that was 5, a little bit less than Bunker. We'll play the next Evo. Then we're going to use Overwatch to play a card, the Flying Smash. So we're going to stop there. She's down to 8. So here we're going to hit her with Supersonic Response. And now if you want to be a real... Oh, I could get flagged for saying it. You could kill Citizen Spring here and then just kill Dawn. Depends if you want to wipe the field or not. Let's see. Horfire deals 1 target 2 cold damage. We'll do it. Let's wipe the field. So Spring, as much as I want to leave you alone since you look all harmless and everything, not happen. Ah, never mind. So yeah, we don't even have to play that again. Or play anything. The Impales are ending it. And there you have it. So with the exception of Tachyon, everyone still had double-digit hit points. Ultimate Citizen Dawn taking down Insula Primalis with a fairly annoying start, taking out 3 of your 4 cards in everyone's hand. And yeah, like I said, it's break time, I'm afraid. And sadly, I don't really have a time frame on when I'd come back. I still will try to do the multiplayer games with Polyus, Thudlo Derp, or Jason, whatever you want to call him, and then Crimson and Phoenix. So, just a taste of things on the horizon, I'm afraid. I will try to get the variant unlocks. It's just Absolute Zero is still unknown. He is by far the most difficult one here. And that's pretty much the state of things, I'm afraid. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.